Is recovering tonight after being stabbed during a fight in Vernon. Suspect still on the loose, but the strangest part of this case, how police got the victim to the hospital. News 8's Annie Rourke is on the scene in Vernon with more.
It was a very controversial decision. Police actually hoisted the stabbing victim onto the hood of the police cruiser, but they say that they had a very good reason to do it. It happened in front of this smoke shop near Union and Ward in Vernon. Joel Rosario was working inside.
They got him in the deck right there and top on him. They started stabbing him and kicking him and all this crazy stuff. So I was like, wow, I would either way like call the cops or he gonna die.
It was a chaotic scene, a big fight with one man, a 20-year-old, suffering from serious stab wounds to the chest. The cops were on the scene in 30 seconds.
He could have died. He was bleeding profusely, and no one knew how long it was going to take the ambulance to get there.
The closest ambulance was in Manchester, but Rockville General Hospital was just 300 yards away. The officers made a split-second decision.
There was no stretcher available, there was no backboard available. The hood of the cruiser was the best alternative at the time.
They threw the bleeding victim onto the hood of the cruiser, then one slowly drove while the other walked next to it, applying pressure to the wound and giving him oxygen.
Well, that's a life or death situation to me, you know what I'm saying? If I want to save a person, no matter what it is, I would take the extra mile, you know.
Many question why the officers didn't put the victim inside the cruiser. Police showed us the back seat. It is hard plastic molding with not enough room for the second officer. And as it was, they had many in the fight following them, disrupting the treatment. 46-year-old Malcolm Atwater and 21-year-old Genario Jones were both arrested. The man who stabbed the victim remains at large. Vernon detectives say they have never done anything like that before, but they felt they had no choice. And it worked. The victim has since been released from the hospital. Police are still looking for the suspect in this. He is described as a 5'7" Hispanic man, about 150 pounds. They say he may have been wearing a blue overcoat and red hat last night during the fight. If you have any information, you're asked to call Vernon Police. On the scene in Vernon, Annie Rourke, News 8.